So today we're going to go through the brochure for Ford lawn and garden tractor attachments. It's mostly LGT models. And this video is brought to you by Open Air Adventures, makers of Cape Breton birch firewood and fine bottled water. So I'll have to, as you can see, I have a weight here and a weight here, because if I take the weights off, this thing just curls up into a circle. So I'll have to shut you off, and then I'll get back to you when I get the first page out. Alright, so there's quite a few attachments here for these tractors, and some of the ones you'll see in here are for tractors that I don't have, but like this one here is for an 800 or a 100 tractor. And the same thing with this one. This is an 830 or 830E snowblade. This one is excuse me, 48-inch trip dozer. This one could be fitted on. Optional hydraulic angle control available on the 125, 145, 165. But you can put it on 100, 120, 125, 145, 165 tractors. And what they meant by hydraulic angle is what this one has on the front of it. It's got the front ports on it, so it can operate that angled hydraulic angle. So there. Now, if you want to read all that, I guess is probably stop the video on the ones that you want to see more and read the paragraph. I'll kind of do a little overview of them. So then we have a rear blade, and it will fit the 100, 120, 125, 145, 165. And then we have a dump cart. Well, pretty well anything would haul that around. And then we have another dump cart. All models again. Then we have another dump cart. That's a bigger model. That one up 800 pounds. Oh, that's pretty good. And for all the LGT tractors. Then we have a cultivator, spring shank. So you had to have category 0, 3-point hitch on to use that. So it's only for the 125, 145, 165 tractors with the category 0, 3-point hitch. And this one, cultivator, and it will go on 100, 120, 125, 145, and that would be for a rear sleeve hitch hookup. You can kind of see that square part there with the two holes in it. That's what goes on the sleeve hitch, and you put a pin through it. I have one of them actually. And we have a grass catcher. That's on a tractor that I don't have. Over here, this over here, loader. Lifts 350 pounds. And for all the LGT model tractors. Then we have a 50-inch rotary mowing deck for all the LGT GT tractors, which is what I did the 415 on here. Then we have a 42-inch mowing deck. Then we have a 34-inch mowing deck, but that's for a Model 80 tractor, which I don't have. Then we have a plow, a 10-inch and a 12-inch. And that would be a it says a 3-point hitch, or some of them are sleeve hitch. We may see another one here that's a sleeve hitch model. And we have a 48-inch rake, up to 72-inch, I guess. And that's for all LGT GT tractors, and you need a rear lift, sleeve hitch. And we get into the snow removing stuff here. So we have snow blower 42-inch 2-stage, and that is for the 100 right up to the 165 LGTs. That is exactly what that is. Then we have the snow thrower. Again, from the 100 up to the 165 LGT tractors. And that would be the same as the white one over there on Dave's favorite tractor. Now, I've changed the chute on that one, oh, excuse me. Then we have a 34-inch, and that's for the Model 100 or 80 and 100 lawn tractors, and I don't have any of that. Then we have an aerator, I guess it is. All models. I don't have one of those. Sweeper, I don't have one of them either. All models. Tiller, 36-inch rotary tiller. Rear PTO is required. And for models 100 to 165. And Dave's favorite tractor has the rear PTO, and it does have the tiller. Kablooey here does not have any of that system. All right, I'm going to have to shut these off, and I'll get back to you in a second. Okay, now we're on to the next page. And these attachments were made by Allied. That's an aftermarket place that makes attachments, and they do the same for farm tractors and kind of thing like that. So. And then there's other manufacturers. This one is aerator roller, 36-inch, made by Brindley Hardy Company. Like I say, if you want to read the paragraphs, just stop the video and read away. And then we have this aerator spike van industries. That's for all models, so not too hard to pull around, I guess. And this one is Brindley Hardy Company. This one's for the 100 up to the 195 LGT. Aerator for Homeowner Hand Company. Another air. How do they say that? Airy fire, I guess. Yeah. Aerate. This one's a bit heavier, so it needs the bigger tractors. 145 and up. LGTs. This one here, what do we got here now? A-frame adapter. That's the Brindley Hardy Company. Convert the category 0 3-point hitch to a sleeve hitch. Oh, that's kind of neat. $125 up to $195 tractors. Look at this over here. Ooh boy. The backhoe. Brantley Manufacturer Company. 6 feet deep. 9-foot digging radius. And it's only for a 165 LGT tractor. Rear blade, Brindley Hardy Company. It's a 3-point hitch model. 125 to 195 LGTs. And we have, looks like a boom. Yeah, boom attachment. You have to have 3-point hitch for that, so 125 to 195 with 3-point hitch. Then we have a broom. Look at that, front-mounted broom, sweepster. $100 up to $165 LGTs. And a broom. This 2-behind unit picks up almost anything: dirt, gravel, sand, broken glass from hard surfaces, leaves, clippings, debris from turf areas. It has its own engine. Hopper capacities from 70 to 20 cubic feet. 100 up to 165 LGTs. Compactor rake. Everything. Ford 100 up to 195 LGTs. And we have a drawbar. And this converts the 3-point hitch to a general purpose tow bar. 125 up to 195 with 3-point hitch. Let's see now where I'm at here. There we go. Now, earth excavator. Ford 125 up to 195 with category 0 3-point hitch. Now, that thing you could drag along the ground, excuse me, and fill a bucket or hopper, whatever you want to call it. And then I believe you can drive along and then pull on the handle and it'll rotate itself and empty itself. Then you can turn back around and close it, and off you go again and drag up more dirt. I've seen some of those working on some other types of tractors. I think some of them are called tumblebug, I think, on the farm tractor ones. Okay, now, forklift, you'd need a 3-point hitch for that. 125 up to the 195. Drag harrow. Sleeve hitch or the drawbar. 100 up to 195 LGTs. Reel mowers. $100 up to 195 LGTs. And then we have a friction drive mower, two 21-inch mowers mounted to the front. And a 56-inch mower trail behind. $100 up to 165s. Sickle bar mower. For 100 up to 165. Now, mower sweeper, frail type, has its own motor, so anything can haul it. And there is a trailing mower. Excuse me again. Any models can haul that around. It has its own motor. Mower transport frame. all LGT models. All right, I'll have to set you down again. All right, we're on to the next one now here. What do we got here? Oh, a planter. Sleeve hitch or 3-point hitch. 100 to 195 LGT tractor. Excuse me again. Then we have a post hole digger. All models except riding mowers. Okay. Rake. A York rake. We all heard of those before, I guess. So 100 to 195 LGTs. Another rake. 3-point hitch. 125 to 195 LGTs with the 3-point hitch. And then we have a trailer type. Pretty well anything would pull that. Then we have a roller. And the funny thing is with this one is all Ford model. Getting the glare in there. Ford models, except riding mowers. Now, what that roller is hooked to, that's a Massey Ferguson number 7. Oh dear. And another roller. And a roller leveler. $100 up to 195 LGTs. Scoop tote. Different size buckets for different sleeve hitch. Takes a different one than the 3-point hitch. And we have another cedar. Lambert Corporation. I used to have a walk behind push grass sweeper that was made by Lambert years ago. Excuse me again, my throat is getting worse and worse here. And we have a sprayer. And another sprayer. $100 to 165 tractors. Oh yeah, I'll go this way here. And another sprayer. This is a trailer type. And then we have a spreader broadcaster, Brindley Hardy Company. And that's for 100 up to 165s. Then we have a front mount spreader, electric. And another spreader you just haul around. And another spreader. And we have toolbar and attachments. Hundreds up to 165 tractors. And I think I missed a row here. Anyway, I'll do this row. A trailer, a snow company. I think Cub Cadet had something that was similar to that. Yeah, look at this here. A trencher. Bulldog Enterprises. Well, that'd be quite a thing to have. For 165 LGT tractors. Well, I missed this row, so sweeper vacuum, easy rake, and another sweeper vacuum. So for the 100 or 165 LGT tractors, and you have to specify if you have a 42-inch or a 50-inch mower deck. Then a dethatcher, or it's called a thatcher, I guess. All right, I'll have to shut you off again here. Okay, this is the last page here now. So they have the category 0, 3-point hitch for models 125, 145, 165 tractors. We have sleeve hitch for the 100 up to the 165. And we have an electro-hydraulic lift kit for 100 and 120 and 125, because those models don't have any hydraulic lift. Then we have the rear PTO. That's for the tiller. $100 up to the $165. Headlight kits. Yeah, the 75, 100. Excuse me. 120. Standard on the 125, 145, 165 tractors. Wheel weights, front and rear, 100s up to 165s, tractors, LGTs. Tire change. Weight box. Used with the snow throwers. Then we have a bumper kit for the 100 up to the 165 LGTs. Hubcaps, chrome ones. And then we have covers. Then we have an hour meter. The hour meter is standard on the 165 tractors. And both these tractors have the standard hour meter in them. Oh, excuse me. This cold and cough has got to go away. All right, now, for your listening pleasure, they had radios. And then Dave's favorite attachment right there. See now that, Dave? You could then put a caution light on the top of it. And you could get a glass window with hand-operated or 12-volt electric wiper. See that now, Dave? See all those goodies that you could have? Anyway, I don't have any glass in the front of this one. This one is all plastic. And I would say the wiper there is something that somebody put in there. Anyway, there you go. That's what Ford LGT tractors could have for attachments. Some of them were made by Jacobsen, and a lot of them were made by aftermarket companies. But that's quite a list of attachments for a garden tractor. Back 50 years ago. Yeah, so they were rugged old tractors. Now you think about that tractor there that could have a loader on it and a backhoe, or it also could have a trencher on the back. Now those kind of attachments need a lot of power for one, and they need a lot of ruggedness to be able to operate them. So that's what those tractors could do. Anyway, it'd be kind of neat to see one with those attachments. It'd be kind of also makes me wonder if there was ever one of these tractors sold with a lot of those attachments with it. That would be kind of a neat collection to have if you had the loader, backhoe, trencher, and a bunch of those other attachments with the tractor when somebody bought one. Yeah. Anyway, just a different kind of a video today I thought of. So I don't know, hopefully somebody will be interested in it. I'm sorry about all my coughing and tacking and going on, but the cold just doesn't seem to want to go away. So I'll just have to put up with it, I guess. Not much else you can do. All right. We'll see you again on another one. Have a great day wherever you're at and whatever you're doing. Goodbye.